and the hike in petrol price. I mean, I filled up my tank. Can I just tell the viewers how much I filled my tank?
Please tell us how much.
93,000 naira. I was shocked. It was 93,000 naira to fill up my tank. I had to.
That could have been a full tank with that kind of oppressive
no,
background that you drive.
It's just a car, but it was 93,000 naira.
The machine.
But no, it wasn't funny at all. But please, something's got to give. I miss the viewers. Thank you for checking up on me, and thank you all. We miss Rufai. Well, all right. Well, good. As Nigerians continue to lament over the hike in petrol price, the vice president of the Dangote industry, Devakuma Edwin, on Thursday voiced frustration over the boycott of Dangote refinery products by local marketers. Edwin made the comment during an X space, saying that despite the Dangote refinery's substantial production capacity, local marketers are purchasing only about 3% of its products. I mean, is this the story of Nigeria again? But you know, there are so many tweets that have come up with this story. Let me take this one. It says, we are importing most of our crude oil from as far as US and Brazil, and we're exporting almost all of our production, including our diesel and jet fuel. The importers are practically refusing to buy from us. That's another statement from Edwin there. We'll take another statement. We also hear that the NNPC has informed us that they intend to station a team of 6 to 10 people permanently at our refinery. They've asked us to provide office space for them since they will be supplying the crude, overseeing production, and buying back the products in Naira. I mean, this is from the Dangote refinery. One of the comments that I read, somebody said they know they shame. NNPC, they know they shame. But you know, I'm sure you guys talked about it a little bit at the headline. Yeah. But in the meantime, though, you know, the president met with King Charles in London. He had a conference. And during that visit, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, when he visited King Charles III at the Buckingham Palace on Wednesday, said that Nigeria is currently going through a very strong phase of reforms that involve taking bold decisions, and that the critical path to prosperity, like that of the United Kingdom, involves taking such hard, painful decisions that will pave the way. He also promised to provide good governance and urged Nigerians to promise him good citizenship. Let's take a look.
The country is good.
Decision. He's definitely aware what Nigerians are going through at this point. Like I said earlier, when I came in here, I spent that much money on petrol. People are spending their time on the streets instead of being at work. And we Nigerians are suffering, and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu knows why. But in the meantime, the Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Economic Summit Group, Dr. Tayo Adeloju, on Wednesday disclosed how state governors spent $50 billion in the country's excess crude account back in 2010, which he said would have served as a buffer for subsidies and other pressing financial concerns of the country. Well, according to him, the state governors approached the Supreme Court to declare the excess crude account illegal, giving them the basis to share the funds domiciled in the account. The $50 billion fund was distributed to the governors between the time the late president Umaru Musa Yar'Adua died and when former President Goodluck Jonathan took charge as president. We are hearing the history. This is the history of why our country is the way it is. But let's take a look at this video. It's a trending video of the late MKO Abiola speaking during his campaign in 1993 about NNPC's opaqueness and his promise to entrench transparency and accountability in the national oil company if he became president.
We shall maximize the nation's return from oil by turning over future investment to the private sector and by removing the complex structures which makes NNPC's accountability and assessment of efficiency almost impossible. You see, there are so many layers upon layers built on this simple thing, crude oil. I don't even know whether it's oil or some mystery around it that is taking the money from the central bank. You see, I think we would demystify all these things. In my government, the daily export of crude will be published and the price at which it is sold.
This was 31 years ago. Ayomide, my Ayomide, but always we remember MKO Abiola. Dr. Abatti, we have that song. MKO is a man, oh. But I mean, yes, absolutely. May his soul continue to rest in peace. He's left a great legacy. But back then, 31 years ago,
so many things.
He said the same thing that we're going through now.
To dissect.
Absolutely.
Thank you for bringing all these things out and how they interplay.
Absolutely.
Right from the Dangote story and the fact that now it is now marketers that seem to almost be, I don't want to use the word sabotage it, because we're talking about NNPCL and the Nigerian state not wanting to support Dangote refinery. Now it would be good to understand why they'd rather take the much needed forex and go and buy to import than patronize Dangote refinery.
It's not sabotage, what is it?
Yes, if it's not, so now it's almost it's now getting clearer. The people who are and not just sabotaging Dangote refinery, but Nigeria as a whole. We've often talked about the corruption, the cartel, the cabal in the oil and gas industry. We can now begin to see clearly the people responsible for why we haven't been able to solve this problem over the many years that have happened. What the DG of NASG, the CEO of NASG said is spot on. One of the biggest problems we have, number one, is fiscal indiscipline, and number two is lack of transparency. And unfortunately, that has happened or has been on since over 31 years ago, because what Chief M.K. Abiola was saying there was to solve the problem. So the problem had existed even before 1993, and that was part of his campaign promises. Is it a wonder that in 2024, it is still part of campaign promises for a lot of people, or perhaps agitations or calls by Nigeria to make NNPCL more transparent, to open the books up, let us understand the scale of the problem, let us understand the forwards that have been done, and let us begin to see how to manage it. In the words of the NSG man, he said, subsidy is not the problem. No. It is how it is being managed, and the fact that there was no cushion. So when they had ECA in excess, when Nigeria was booming, they decided to do giveaway to the governors of the states rather than keeping it as savings to cushion later effects we would have. So it's just an issue of leadership challenges, bad management, opaqueness, fiscal indiscipline, just a litany of issues. Unfortunately, still the same problem. Can President Bola Tinubu handle this? We are watching. Yes. Let him give us good governance. We promise him good citizenship.
Yes, our leaders know the problem. As we heard from President Bola Tinubu there, we hope Nigeria will survive. Dr. Abatti, agree, which has resulted to the death of over 30 people and the displacement of 414,000 people, were according to the National Emergency Management Agency. The disaster occurred after the Alao Dam overflowed following heavy rains, leading to the town's worst flooding in 30 years. NEMA spokesperson said that more than 23,000 households have been hit, affecting 1 million people, adding that some of the affected are accommodated in 9 IDP camps across the state.
Yake fitowa da masifa yake shiga cikin gari, yanzu wannan ruwan gabaki ɗaya cikin gari yake tafiya har ya wuce.
What a tragedy. I was watching while I was overseas. My heart goes out to those. I mean, I believe NEMA put it at 37 now, over 30 people that have died in Maduguri. I mean, it is appalling, but I have some, more information regarding why this happened. But in the meantime, many Nigerians have reacted to the flooding, including the presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the last elections, Peter Obi, who in a post on X urged the federal and state governments to provide aid and relief materials to the flood victims, stating that he was saddened by the loss of lives and disruption of activities by the incident. Well, on Thursday, President Bola Tinubu approved the allocation of 108 billion naira to support states in addressing natural disasters, with each state receiving 3 billion naira to aid their efforts. Dr. Abatti, I heard you earlier, commending, the efforts of NEMA. I mean, recently we saw videos from Yobe State, the emergency control there, also supporting, the Maduguri victims, as well as the Nigerian army. I mean, we have seen that Tinubu has jumped into action now, giving 3 billion naira to each state. But meanwhile, the chairman of the Nigeria's Governors Forum and governor of Kwara State, Abdul Razak Abdurraham, along with the Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, Governor Ayeda Tiwa, and Governor Fintiri visited Maduguri to conduct an on-site evaluation of the flooding. Seen these state governors go out there. Meanwhile, details on GovSpend website revealed that a sum of 171 million naira was reportedly spent by the federal government for the rehabilitation of the Alao Dam in Borno State. Well, according to the website, the sum of 23.4 million naira was disbursed on June 4th to rehabilitate the dam. Another sum of 26 million naira was disbursed on July 29th, while 2.4 million naira was spent on September 20th. The contract for rehabilitating the dam was awarded to Hamal and Partners Limited. I mean, accountability. Heads must roll. What really went on here? But we also heard that, the governor of Borno State was alerted, during this whole process, but he gave assurances. That's the story out there. But now we are seeing this amount of money. Ridiculous that lives have been lost. Animals are on the street. People are suffering because of what? Incompetence, Dr. Abatti.
Well, we've been on this subject for about 3 days.
Yes.
And I think yesterday, the emphatic point that we made in the last 2 days, I think, is that, look, this is a case not of climate change disruption. This is a clear case of negligence on the part of the Nigerian authorities. Now, the latest news is that, in fact, there was prior information that that particular Alau Dam, which is, used for irrigation and for supplying tap water in Maduguri and the local government areas of Borno State, that there was prior notice that there was distress. And as recently as July, 26 million naira was provided. Between June 2023 and July 2024, the whole sum of about 171 million naira was provided. Now we have called for investigation. If this is established to be a case of negligence, then, to use your phrase, heads must roll.
Absolutely.
The contractors that collected money to rehabilitate the dam, what did they do with the dam? Now, this happens every year. If it is not Laglo Dam, they will say it's Onyon Dam. They will say it is, another dam in the middle of nowhere, and Nigerians will suffer. Houses have been submerged. Animals have been, released from the zoo. Prison was, affected, and jailbirds on the streets of Maduguri. Persons have been displaced. Over 30 persons have died. Some of this, of this problem, some part of it also, is the realization that this is likely to result in an epidemic of disease affliction in Borno State. Our argument is that, to the extent that this was foreseeable, this was also preventable.
That's the point.
And so this is like crying over spilt milk with Nigeria happening to people who should be protected by Nigeria. And hence, the negligence must not be allowed to pass. That is the point. The governors that have gone there on a solidarity visit, well, I think they do it all the time when there's disaster. But many of those governors too should learn from the experience of their visit. Because these are the same governors who in their own states also always face issues about disaster management resulting from negligence. The lesson is not just about solidarity. The lesson is knowing that when they go back to their states, after identifying with the Babagana Zulum, that they too take proactive steps to make sure that their own people do not face this kind of situation.
Absolutely.
But this is the story of Nigeria, literally. We will be here next year again. They will say one dam has overflown its embankment. Because people who are supposed to do their duty, contractors who are supposed to perform, do not perform.
Yeah.
So this should be investigated.
Absolutely.
It should not stop at the level of, people moaning and groaning and solidarity visits and people giving donations. Yes. And the people in the IDP camp should be given the best possible care that they can receive.
Yes, we've heard that the governors have been given 3 billion naira each for this disaster management. I mean, we have put the amount out there for the federal government. Come out. Let us know what really happened here. May the families take succor in, some of the relief efforts that have been made so far. May those that have died, may their souls rest in perfect peace.
You use 91,000 naira to fill your tank. Thank God say you have the money to spend. Otherwise, you would have packed your vehicle at home. Ojy Okpe. Welcome back. Welcome to Nigeria. You did America since now. You don't enjoy. You did New World. You did another realm. The day when you step down from that flight now. Welcome to Nigeria. You will come and think, good. Why do I have to come back? What am I doing here? Welcome to Nigeria, where you buy full your tank with you want us at the tank. You go supermarket now, you just invest. God, Nigeria wahala. I don't be waiting person if you discuss for one day. Not the first story you see every day. Imagine say 31 years after, we are still talking about NPC, transparency in NPC. We want to be transparent in publishing how many crude we are producing a day, how many this, how many that. 31 years after, they have been using to campaign. This is Nke Wabiola. Till today, we are saying the same thing. And guess what? Why is not going to change, or even anytime soon? Because those people there working in that NPC 31 years ago, or let's say 20 years ago, as the case may be, some of them are still there today. Till today, some of them are still working there. Is it not the same set of people that time that they see there today that carry cotton wood, broke their ears that time, that refuse to do the needful? After they have mastered, it now become their birthright. Now they are benefiting, they are feeding large in it. Is it now they want to do the right thing? No. For them to do the right thing, we need a neutral person, somebody who is not corrupt, somebody who is going to be decisive in making decisions. When you make decisions, people look back, they say this person is not a corrupt person, this person has not done this before. For him to speak like this, it means it may well for the country. He said it. No, Tinubu cannot make the command, he cannot do it. Tinubu, Buhari, that was why Tinubu was not able to do it. Buhari was not able to do it because the both of them, they are corrupt. Now Tinubu the same thing. So that's the problem. So those people there, that time till today, or some people there, like 5, 10, 15, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, as the case may be, till today, they are still there. Those people who work for Buhari, who were not able to give accountability in that NNPC, who are not able to do the needful, who are not able to give us a free, reduce the cost of petrol, who are not able to do all those things to be transparent. They are the same people now still there working for Tinubu, and now we now have, according to Aisha, illegitimate government who is not even accountable for his people, who is not even responsible, who is not minding his people, doing anything he like. Is it the one that these people, these current people now want to listen to when he speaks? No, far from it, far from reality. And that is the problem. So if we have somebody who may well for this country, those people there, they will first of all be the first person to lay them off, let them off. They go bring a new set of people. Imagine we're talking of 31 years ago, people who have been in government till that time, till today, they are still there making decisions for these people coming in. Must you be there forever? Can't you allow other people to come in? No. We're not going anywhere like this. We just talk. Is it not electricity, light, road, good roads? They have been promising. The same thing that our father has been telling us, our mother has been telling us. They say they will do this, they say they will do this, they say they will do this. Just today, they will say come now, using the same thing to campaign. After that, this country, it's just a joke. It's not the problem. Is not something we can talk on that one day, because the country is a joke. The country is in a mess now. Yes. So just imagine. Just look at them. They are the same. Nothing different. They are not different. All of them, they are the same. But somebody with anyhow, things can change if we have somebody who is reasonable, somebody who put the lives of his citizens first, not him. Somebody who care about others, not for himself and his family alone. Somebody who is not corrupt. Somebody who does not have that mindset of me, because it can't be you all the time. If you're always putting yourself first, if you're always saying me, it must be you, no we, you. No, we go nowhere. No, go nowhere. And these people needs to be fired. Who is going to do that? No, this is what we have been talking about. Come on. Anyways, Ojy, welcome back to Nigeria, where a lot of things happen, different from America, where you've been on vacation. Anyways, please, what do you think? The problem of government in Nigeria, they are not proactive but reactive. They wait for that thing to happen. When it happens, you now see people start paying solidarity visit, simply they are going there to visit, to sympathize with this. After sympathizing, what happened? What do you do to affect the lives of those people? What do you do to better their lives? What do you do to better their lives? How do you plan to rescue them? Nothing. After this one now, this water now, after everywhere dry, they're able to manage the situation and the water don't go, everything back to normal. The reason of this water now, this one you are saying, the problem, the causes of this, be forgotten until next rainy season, before they start talking about it. And those victims, they are gone. The properties, it does not affect the properties of the government. It does not. Somebody said, when I was in there that day, they said for government to do road, if you live in the street or you live in a community, you live in a village, you are expecting government to come and do that road, you are wasting your time. The only reason where government will come and do all those things for you, when light will quickly get to your community, or the road will quickly do the road leading to your village or community, is if the government have any investment there. He has any property investment in that area, or his brother, sister, family has business there. If they don't have any business, anything to benefit from it, when after doing that road, they will not waste the money to do the road, because they don't care about you. It's when they have business there that they know when they do this thing, it's going to improve their businesses, everything. That's why they will put those as a priority first to do that. That's why you see sometimes they do some road, they not do your own. No, those road, when they do, not be say those road they are important than the one in your place, because government not get any business, they not get any properties there, they will not do it. Anyway, please share this video, follow this page for more. Subscribe. I'll be your guy. Run that for me now. Subscribe now. Please.